Hello everyone. I'm very happy to host a entrepreneur couple on my show. Noureen and Naseef are the founders of FemiSafe. Welcome Naseef and Noureen to Decoding the Indian Startup Stories.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So we start from like the couple entrepreneur. I need to tell you something. I'm very honored. You are the first couple entrepreneur on my show. So
We are also.
thank you.
So glad to hear that.
So now you need to tell me what is all about this couple entrepreneur. I heard about solo entrepreneur, solopreneur, and so many preneurs, but now couple entrepreneur first time. You need to tell me how is this couple entrepreneur working?
It's working really good. I mean, marriage is definitely a partnership. So we thought, okay, why don't we get into a partnership in the business also? So it's going really good and it's amazing.
Oh, that's a big statement, Noureen. Getting into marriage and the same terms when it coming to apply to business. All the best. It's a risky affair. On the lighter side, I'm saying.
Yeah,
all the best.
sense of belonging is there in always. So that's what makes it easier to do the business actually.
We'll put it simply. FemiSafe is our first baby. So. Yeah.
Wow, that's another big statement. Two big statements are already the beginning of the show, So, okay, before we get into the story, let's take a look at the beginning of the story. How did it all start?
It began during COVID. So back in 2020, me and Naseef, we were actually engaged. So just like any other couple, we were on the phone like 24 hours because anyhow we were not able to meet each other.
I have an interruption. Were you working or you were still studying or?
No, we were actually working. So during lockdown, we all were locked inside our home. So, right before COVID, we got engaged, and a few weeks after our engagement, it was lockdown. So we were not able to meet each other. So we were on phone
Also, we had nothing to do.
Yeah, we had nothing to do. We were pretty much free. So we were on phone 24/7. So as everybody knows, the world actually came to a halt during the COVID. So along with that, the frequency of sanitation workers coming and picking up the waste reduced from once a day to once a week. So that's where all this began. So I happened to one day see these sanitation workers coming and, digging into the dustbin with their bare hands, which was filled with sanitary pads that has been, been dumped from past 1 week. The pads were already rotten. So I happened to see this and it was very overwhelming to see that. I just went to one of those people and I asked them, what do you do with these sanitary pads later on? Don't you find it gross picking it up with your bare hands? They were like, this is our job, there's nothing we can do with it. And after they pick it up from each house, they take it to the waste plant and they separate the gel from the plastic for the sanitary pad. So that's another tedious task.
Again, manually?
Yeah, manually, yes. So I just happened to share this with Naseef, and I've been using menstrual cups from past 6 years. So he already knew that, and he was like, why don't everybody switch to menstrual cups? Now you have been talking about it very highly. Why don't everybody switch to it? So that was basically our eureka moment. And without wasting any time, we, just did our research as in how many people know about menstrual cups? How many people know about proper management of menstruation? So I think less than 50% were aware of menstrual cups. And out of that, I think less than 5% were aware of a brand that was into female wellness and hygiene. So we were like, okay, there's a gap, there's an opportunity, and we just dived in.
Oh, great, excellent.
We left everything and we immediately started.
So that was the ideation part of it.
Yes.
So you got a spark, you took that moment and said, hey, you did your research and you said there is a gap, there is a need. Yeah. And it's I will not call it a niche. It's an open thing, and it's disruptive because today everybody is using pads, and then you're moving from pads to cups, which is a relatively newer concept. So, what made you think that the acceptance level of people will be there when you move from pads to cups?
Well, we knew the acceptance would not be there right away when we go and talk to them. That's where we realized that awareness is very important. It was very important to break the stigmas and taboos that people were having about menstruation, about using menstrual cups, about inserting something. So that was one of the biggest challenges we had when we started FemiSafe. bringing awareness to people.
But fortunately, we had one thing that was on our side actually. So when I checked Google Trends for the term menstrual cup, Kerala had the highest number of searches for all the states. Despite of being in such a small fraction of population, we had highest number of searches from Kerala. So that's somewhere we thought, okay, people are interested, but they're not ready to talk it openly. They're not ready for an open discussion. That's something we have to bring. We have to make them speak about it.
Because that space was never there. Nobody used to talk about menstruation. Nobody used to, people used to see as something impure. That was something that we had to initially actually break down and say, this is normal. It's a very natural biological process. So that's how we started off, with our awareness things. Yeah.
So here I need to ask you something. Okay, bringing awareness. Yes, when you look at business, marketing is there, that is selling their product or making people aware of what products you have. Here you got two jobs. One is a product, and again the stigma surrounding that particular product. So there's a bigger risk involved when you look at the business angle of it. How did you assimilate the risk, and how did you say that, hey, even though this is risky, we will go forward? How did you take the decision?
First thing, I feel like we had strong conviction that we can get it done. That's one thing. And second thing, we feel like if you have a strong purpose, then you can overcome all the risks. That's what we felt actually. We knew there was certain amount of risk involved, but then without risk, there is no reward, right? If it was so easy, everybody else would have done it.
Right.
We thought maybe we can do it.
That is really wonderful to hear, from a young couple saying that yes, we are getting into the market. We need to educate first of all, you need to educate the masses. Not only educate, you need to convert their thinking, convert their process of thinking, saying that yes, I can do this, I can accept this. This is no more a taboo, and so and so. And my question will be, how was the reception because when you had an idea, then so you did you have a product, or you just, it was an idea, or you got the product?
We had the product.
We had the product.
You had the product. So did you test market from day one?
Yes.
So you test marketed it. How was it?
All these products, since I've been using menstrual cups from past 6 years, so I knew, what were the difficulties that I was facing with the current products available in the market. So we did an initial test, and I was the one who tested the products. And in the existing models that were there of certain brands, there were few pain points. So we made sure we'll correct that. And then we just launched into the market, and the acceptance was really good. People who had been using menstrual cups previously, when they shifted to using FemiSafe cups, the response was really good. People loved how our product was. People loved how the material was, how the details in the product were, and they were actually quite happy with it.
First, we gave our product to existing menstrual cup users, and we took feedback from them. They were like, it's way better than what they were using. Then we gave it to the new users actually.
It's very, very, very overwhelming to hear, such a, I would say a success story. Because we know before sanitary pads it was cloth, from cloth to sanitary pads. Now we are moving into menstrual cups, and India, the young population it's like around 50%. Yeah, general young population. Then out of that 50% or approximately 50% is women. So there's a big market space. So all the best. And other than menstrual cups, do you have anything related to hygiene, female? Or it's only menstrual cups, is a single product what you're launching?
Yeah, so we have menstrual cups, we have menstrual cup sterilizers. So we were the first in India to launch a non-electrical affordable sterilizer. So people who were using menstrual cups, another pain point that they faced was how to sterilize this product. Because you had to take it to the kitchen, before and after your menstrual cycle. You had to boil it in a vessel. So that's not convenient, and it's not a hygienic method, and not everybody would be happy, not every family would be happy taking a menstrual cup to the kitchen and boiling it. So that was a pain point that we solved, and we were the first in India to launch non-electrical affordable sterilizer. Then we came to facial razors. So that was a grooming need that every woman was actually looking for, we feel, because during lockdown the salons and all grooming centers were locked, and to fulfill your grooming needs sitting at home, facial razors were one of the most important product. Then we came up with aloe vera gel. So that's actually used as a substitute for shaving creams. So which actually soothes your skin after you shave. Then we have a herbal intimate wash. So that's something that a female can use during her menstrual cycle or during the discharges and all that. Then we have a body razor. So when it comes to hygiene, yes, we have herbal intimate wash. Then we have another vertical, that's grooming.
Coming to the, I'm not talking about the pricing in detail. So suppose as a customer, today I'm buying, if women are buying sanitary pads. If they switch to menstrual cups, what are the advantages?
The advantages are plenty. I mean, it's like 100 times better than using a sanitary pad. You can swim. Mm-hmm. You can wear it for like 8 hours at one go. You can travel with it. You can do whatever you want. There is no restriction. You can usually during periods, what happens is like females tend to wear clothes that is a little more loose, because when they wear sanitary pads, it causes rashes, itching, and all those issues because of the sweating. So that is not there with a menstrual cup. No rashes, no itching, no foul smell, nothing at all, and it's comfortable. You won't even feel that you're actually menstruating. You actually forget. The only con using a menstrual cup is that you forget that you're on your periods.
Well, so, that's a good point.
Yeah, or you might forget that you are menstruating and you have a cup inside you. So it's something that changed my life. I was like every female back in school days or during the college days, when we plan a trip, we usually plan on the days when we don't menstruate, because it's going to be very difficult to change the sanitary pads to dispose. But if you're somebody who's using menstrual cups, you don't need to take a look at the calendar. You can go whenever, wherever, do whatever you want.
It's a kind of liberation for most of the women.
It's a liberation.
So that's the selling point. It's a liberation. It's a more freedom.
Actually, there are multiple benefits. One is cost benefit.
Yeah. That was my question. Cost benefits.
Exactly. So over a period of lifetime, females spend nearly 1 lakh, including inflation, for the sanitary pads.
Over the entire lifetime, say 20, 30 years, for example.
30 years, over a lakh rupees they spend. But if you're switching to menstrual cup, their expense reduces to 1,500 rupees.
For the 30 years?
30 years. That's the cost savings. Yeah. So for 10 years, it just costs 350 rupees.
That is something...
incredible, right?
Incredible and mind-blowing.
Exactly. And that is one aspect. Then another aspect is the convenience, which Noureen told. And the third aspect is pollution. So on an average, a woman contributes nearly 250 kilograms of sanitary waste.
On entire life period.
We can convert that to less than a kilo. Maybe less than 200 grams.
So when Noureen started with so many advantages, it didn't ring bells, about pollution and about the money aspect from 1 lakh to, say 1,500. It's great. It's all the best. So really, you have selected a product which is beneficial and which is beneficial in so many ways.
Exactly. It's a winner by any means, actually, that product. The only thing is people have a lot of stigmas and doubts. That's the thing we need to break.
So the question is, are you planning anything to do at that particular type, segment, saying that to break the stigmas, to educate the people?
Yeah. We've been doing community engagements. So we go to schools, colleges, corporates, and when it comes to corporates, it's going to be pad-free offices. So we give them a 1-hour session, a detailed session about their anatomy, because a lot of people still do not know. A lot of females still do not know their anatomy properly. So that's the first and foremost thing that we have to actually let them know. Followed by how to use a menstrual cup. What are the benefits of using a menstrual cup? Like A to Z, everything about menstrual cups, about their body, how they're going to use it, what are the benefits. It's like a 1-hour session. And after the session, we just, take account of how many people are then interested to convert to using menstrual cups. So there in that session, people actually get the confidence. After a session, this is something I can use. There's nothing to be scared of. We break all the stigmas, we break all the taboos. And after the session, the conversion rates are really huge, because that's when people actually realize that whatever they've been hearing about a menstrual cup or all these, myths and taboos are not true. So we've been doing that with schools, colleges, and in grassroots levels, panchayats, because that's where people actually need, because they're spending a lot on sanitary pads, like a lot. And some of them, they cannot even afford it. Not all everybody can get it for free.
Noureen, here, I think there are some governments in India, I think Tamil Nadu, they are giving sanitary pads to women for free.
Yeah.
So, are you talking to governments for, I'm not looking at the commercial or buying angle, to educate the people? Are you approaching?
Yes, because see, sanitary pads they get for free, but the problem comes, how are they going to dispose it? A lot of government is giving them for free. A lot of corporates have these vending machines for sanitary pads. But how are these, women going to dispose it? That is another issue. They end up flushing in the toilets, they end up just throwing it, which is another pain point. So that's, even if they get it for free, there is this problem that comes, which is environmental issues. So that is one angle how, again, we try to educate people that, when you switch to menstrual cups, you can reduce the amount of waste you're disposing in a, in an exponential way. So that's, we are doing that also.
Okay, so here again, what was the reaction of the so-called government bodies or corporates when they say, hey, you can control pollution, you can control waste, and ultimately it will, is going to reduce the burden on the purse or the pocket. What was their reaction?
I think initially everybody frowned a bit, people were a bit skeptic. But recently there was a project by High Eden. Have you heard about that project?
Yeah,
it's called
yeah.
Cup of Life. So we were part of that event. So 100,000 menstrual cups were distributed to multiple beneficiaries in Ernakulam.
And it was not just menstrual cup distribution. There were multiple campaigns and awareness sessions. That they see, just giving the menstrual cup is not enough. You want them to use it. Else there's no point. It does not serve the purpose. So prior to giving.
Go ahead.
So prior to giving this menstrual cup, there was a 2-month long campaign that was going on to educate people on it. And on the final day of the campaign, these cups were distributed. So that has actually created a huge wave. So people are more accepting now. But initially, yes, as Naseef said, when we talk to people about menstruation or menstrual cups, they're like, no, we don't want to talk about it. It's something dirty, it's something impure, it's something that we're not supposed to talk with our mouth. People had that reaction, but now it's like
Just changed a lot, I
it's
guess.
come a long way.
No,
It's actually come a long way.
Yeah, that's a great big challenge. Okay, selling is a different aspect, but to educate and to convert and at least have people accept to talk.
Exactly.
Because we're talking of different cultures, we're talking of different societies, we're talking of different strata of the society. It's a big challenge, and all the best for these challenges. Huh?
Thank you so much.
And another question would be the funding part of it. Is it bootstrapped or is it being funded externally?
Bootstrapped.
We are bootstrapped as of now.
Congratulations, I'm very happy to hear that. Yeah, my venture is bootstrapped. So why I'm happy is because when you have an idea, that's great. But when you say, this is my idea, I am taking all the risk financially and I am coming out with a product and this product is accepted by the customer, this gives a very big, satisfaction and confidence to the investors. So that's why I raise this question, because I want young entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs to understand ideation plus bootstrapping is a real, point of success. When you say yes, idea plus bootstrapping and a minimum valuable product and some customers to buy. What is the plan of scaling it up?
So we are looking for investments. So we are talking to a couple of angel investors and VCs to raise our initial round. So like you said, before we go to investors, we wanted to show them that, okay, we have done something. We have a solid product. We have decent traction. We have currently around 30,000 plus customers. And we have sold nearly 60,000 plus units. So generating a decent revenue. That's our thought actually. Before we go to investors, we want to show them that, okay, we have already done it in our scale. Now we want to, scale it with your help. Something like that.
So are you going to manufacture it or is it going to be third-party manufacturer?
Third-party
We
manufacturer.
do third-party manufacturing, yeah.
And are you into subscription model already, or you're planning to be in a subscription model?
We have been trying subscription model on Amazon. So primarily as of now, we are not doing it in an aggressive way, but we're having plans in future.
Are you covering pan India, or is it limited to
Pan India.
We're doing pan India.
Like
Pan-India.
we serve Pan India, but majority of our customer and the strong brand presence is from South India.
And do you have sales partners, or you do it all by yourself?
We actually have products that are available on major e-commerce platforms like Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, Snapdeal, and all. So there we have partnered with these e-commerce, and 2 months back we entered into retail, and we are available in around 40 plus retail stores. So there we have a distributor who actually helps us.
My question was on a different thing. Are you going to partner or planning to partner with NGOs who can, do the education part as well as be benefited commercially? Have you thought about it?
Yes, we are working in talks with a couple of NGOs like that. Even talking with some of the government bodies to execute similar kind of projects.
Like actually at grassroots levels, because those people have less exposure, so we feel they require more awareness. So we've been talking to certain local bodies like panchayats, and who can actually help address a large mass of people. So yeah, we've been doing that from our end.
It's really happy to hear, from a young couple, and that too from Kochi. All the best for your dreams, all the best for your success.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
I just want to enter into, I'm changing the, thought process. Couple entrepreneur.
Okay.
Who calls the shots?
We have our own departments actually.
Yeah.
We don't mess up with each other's department. There is certain high-level decision we take
Combined,
together.
yeah.
But otherwise, we have pretty much our departments.
Who is more aggressive?
It depends on the department actually. There are certain departments I have upper hand. There are certain departments she has upper hand.
No, I'm talking of personality, aggressive. Who is more aggressive? In business, not in family. We are talking purely of business.
I think Noureen is more assertive by personality. I'm more on the diplomatic side.
Very good. And who was, the real urge to scale it up? Naseef or
Both
Noureen?
actually. Both.
Both. I mean, Naseef actually handles the marketing and sales, so he is more focused on that, and I am somebody who is more focused on new products. A product that can actually solve people's real pain point. So I think we both have complementary skills, and we are aggressive in those complementary skills. Actually.
We are driven in different ways actually.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
So I'm more of a number person. I keep looking at the numbers, improving our ARR or customer acquisition cost. I focus on more on that side. Noureen focuses more on educating the people, bringing in new products, the awareness side. So we are different driven with different purposes actually.
No, that's really, really good, because complementing each other, one on the education side and one on the business side. Oh, great.
We both are, we have different skills actually, skill sets, complementary skill sets, rather put in that way.
So I would like to ask Naseef first, what would be your advice to the new upcoming would-be entrepreneurs?
The only advice I would give is you need to have a purpose. If you just enter a business just to make money, you can't sustain. You need to have a strong purpose. You need to have a sense of vision that what you want to achieve.
And Noureen, what is your take on that?
My advice would be, just keep your head down, work focused, and whatever has to come will follow you eventually. I mean, you need to be patient, but it will definitely follow you. That's something we've actually experienced. So just keep your head down, focus, and work towards your purpose.
Noureen and Naseef, it was a real pleasure to have you both on my show, and all the best. May God bless you. Really scale it up, and I'm sure you'll be really successful, because the way you're going and the way you're complementing each other, hats off to you.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much. That's a great validation, actually.